The year was 1969. The Woodstock Revolution could be felt all around the world. Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon, and South Africa saw its most devastating earthquake. It was also the year a visionary by the name of Neville Mackay introduced the concept of flexi-staffing to South Africa.
I lived in America for 4.5 years, and every time a secretary or an accountant went on leave, another person was there and did the job perfectly. And I thought, what a great concept. And that's when I came back, I started it in South Africa.
Back then, the challenges of introducing an entirely new service, and indeed a new way of thinking about how business could be run with temporary staff, was something that Neville had to work long and hard on.
I'd say the first 6 months was slow. I went around and talked to big companies and said, look, would you like to hire a staff for a week or a month or longer? And they said, well, we want staff for a week or a month. Then I'd explain, well, you have staff who become sick, sometimes they have to go on leave, and you need a replacement who can do the job in the short term. And they said, all right, we'll give you a try. After 6 months, it took off. It never looked back.
The 1980s heralded a new fairy tale in the form of Prince Charles and Lady Diana. And the Springboks tour of New Zealand was met with protests. It was during this time that Kelly moved into one of its most memorable marketing campaigns, Kelly Cares. In the 90s, the Berlin Wall, which had stood for decades, tumbled, and a hero was released from prison after 27 years. With growth came prosperity, but also responsibility, as Kelly moved into a new, much-needed undertaking, giving back to the community. Kelly began to raise funds in what it saw as its corporate social responsibility.
We opened a branch in Alexandra. We were the first agency ever to go into a black township. We soon realized there were hundreds of aspirant operators, but few with training. So we put about 20 computers in there, we put a trainer, and we trained those people. In fact, when Princess Anne came to this country, she came to see us. And she was very impressed that we were actually going to the root of the problem, that the people didn't have the basic training. And many of the black secretaries today who in South Africa were trained by us.
Brand building and sponsorship were key in Kelly's evolution.
We did a lot of marketing things to put the brand forward. For instance, the Cape to Rio race. We sponsored a ship, a yacht, and we thought, well, we'll go further and we'll get all-woman team. And we'll go even better. We got an outstanding yachtswoman, a coloured woman from Cape Town, who was the captain of it.
The turn of the century brought heartache to millions as towers fell. It is also a decade that saw a country united in winning the 2010 bid, the Rugby World Cup, and produced South Africa's first Zulu president. Kelly realized that it would need to focus on the minds of tomorrow, learning from its experiences in the townships that the younger the learner, the better their chances of success in later life. Kelly partnered with the Gauteng Department of Education to realize Ikusasa Lami, which means my future, my tomorrow.
The thirsty. The fruits of success are here for those who are willing to.
But for Kelly, helping others is a large part of living the brand. And it is our promise of LP Squared that drives the Kelly culture.
The only asset that the Kelly Group has is its people, and the whole Brand Champion program is designed to help people within the organization to align their behavior 100% with the vision and the values of the organization, and to be able to interact with their clients and candidates in such a way that reflects the values of the organization, the brand promise that the organization makes to all of its stakeholders.
When you come in and you join the Kelly organization, you very quickly come into our formal classroom training, and we soon see how green your blood turns. It's unbelievable, and if you cut my wrists, It is green blood that actually flows, but not me, 99% of Kellys.
The vision to unlock the power of the people in the world of work and create value for our stakeholders propelled Kelly to go public with its listing on the 3rd of April 2007.
It puts the group and all of the brands and business units into the eye of the public, and it brings with it a responsibility to be transparent and to interact with all one's stakeholders on an open basis.
Today, Kelly is one of the largest providers of flexible staffing in the country. As a matter of fact, because we take pride in the Kelly brand, we've named the whole group the Kelly Group.
Well, if I think, going back over the years, how the headcounts on our sites have just evolved. We now talk about 100 million rand accounts. We've got 16 to 1800 temps. Gone are the days where a big site was 40. In fact, we consider those small.
Kelly has also been the recipient of many local and international awards from industry leaders.
Kelly is the best performing division within the group, is the best positioned brand within the group in terms of providing staff to all sorts of people, front office, back office work, and most importantly, they are kind of the glue that brings the whole group together.
We have a fantastic teamwork, Ubuntu, passionate desire to drive culture that exists in the organization. Kelly just embraces people. The heartbeat of Kelly is our people.
Happy birthday, Kelly!
I look back with great pride in the last 40 years, but I know that the people in Kelly have brought that pride to reality. I think they can be very proud of the company they're running today and the standards of service that they're applying. Whatever the future holds, I can assure you of this, that if Kelly and its people continue to provide a reliable, efficient and honest service, a service which benefits both the employees and the clients, it will pull out of this recession and go to even greater heights of prosperity. And I wish them every bit of luck, and I will certainly continue to hold my Kelly shares.
And I really would like to take this opportunity to wish the Kelly leadership, Kelly staff, and the board of directors of Kelly Group who will be attending the festivities a wonderful, wonderful party, and happy 40th birthday.
A big thank you, first of all, for the tremendous effort that you guys have made so far this financial year. We mustn't forget as well, you've come a long way. You're turning 40 years old, and I must say that the organisation is only coming into the prime of its life. So we expect it to continue to outperform until it's well into its sort of like late 70s. So well done, and I'll be watching you for the next 30 years. I'll always be close enough to be doing that. So once again, thank you and good luck.
Thank you for the many years that I've enjoyed with you. My prediction is that as the economy turns, Kelly will double its size in the next 3 to 4 years. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you. Without you, there isn't a single individual that has not made a difference in this organisation. Thank you for everything you give every single day of your life.
So here's to the Kelly family and the next 40 years.